Yes, indeed. What a bright, brilliant, beautiful morning today has started. And, of course, if you had an incredible weekend like mine, hey, kudos to you guys.
However, after all the amazing things that he might have been involved in over the weekend, the reality of the brand new week has to set in. So you're home.
Yes,
it's time to work now.
It's a Monday as well, but not to worry. So I guess you'll have to, face it head on. And remember, stop shrinking yourself into places that you've outgrown. After all, there's a time and place for everything and everyone.
True, true. Our advice to you will be to start your Monday with a smile. After all, it's one of the prettiest things you can wear. Even though all of us are looking pretty today, I have to say.
Trust.
We are.
Today is also the International Day of the Girl Child, by the way, known as a day where you can highlight issues and celebrate the girl child.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we're celebrating everyone today. And in the kitchen, we have the handsome, of course, Mike Mesikenor, who, well,
he has company this morning.
Shrink to yourself. Shrink everywhere. We have a chef making her debut this morning, Chef Ibita. It's great to have you. Good
Thanks
morning.
for having me.
Good morning.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it. It's going to be a Monday with some flavor.
Yeah. Fun thing about our new chef this morning, she's a very, interpersonal person. I realized this morning. She greets you like she's known you for 10 years.
The energy is amazing, and that's all we need on a show like this.
Yes,
Thanks so
indeed.
much for joining us,
Yes,
Chef.
Indeed. And hey, while you're wearing that smile, do not forget to love life and don't waste time at all, because time is what it's made of. So hey, live life with all those special moments at full thrust, full throttle, full everything. Make sure it's 110.
It's all about the high spirits today. He's definitely in high spirits after the weekend he had. Don't worry, we're stalking you online. Don't worry. We watched, but we have 1 hour 45 minutes of amazing content for you. This is the #1 family entertainment show for your breakfast.
Yes, it's always a full package waiting for you guys to be delivered. My name is Mazino.
And my name is Titi and remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC across all social media platforms to be a part of this show. And please watch us live from absolutely anywhere in the world with our mobile app.
Which you can download on iOS or on Google Play Store, by the way. All right, so let's tell them what's going to come up for today's show. After you guys might have followed us on social media, by the way, at TVC Connect across all social media handles.
So we have, for motivation, Mayowa Owolabi, a financial market coach and trainer. He's Africa's most sought-after financial coach. He's also a serial entrepreneur and alumni of the prestigious Lagos Business School. He's going to be joining us to talk about building a savings culture for a better future. Hair by Slim was founded by Adejumo Abdulaziz Babatunde. It's a registered hair academy company in Nigeria that deals with styling, training, and sales of hair products. Now, we're going to be having an interesting conversation with our SME guest this morning. All right.
Welcome back, people.
Yeah.
After such a very interesting weekend, wondering what you guys got up to this weekend.
Yeah, so while you were climbing hills and mounting stairs, man, I was getting some rest. But I did do something which I never thought I would do. I started watching a series from 2002.
Which one?
24.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is because the art of storytelling has really changed over the years, and the way people act has changed over the years. And I was just seeing all the different highlights, how pop culture has changed and improved, and so many things that happened over a very long time. I'm thinking that show started when I was still in secondary school.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just looking at the old cell phones, old vehicles, old cars, but the storyline still hit home. And I'm wondering how many shows today we actually have that can resonate, and in the next 10, 20 years, you go back and watch it, and it still makes sense. Not many.
Yeah, so for me, it was Saturday night, of course, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning,
it was, it was the fight. And, it was about the best heavyweight fight I've ever seen. Anthony Joshua versus and Fury versus Wilder. And it was a very, Wilder really came prepared. But man, the takeaway was that AJ should, if he has to be twice the man, twice the person he is now, to have a chance against those guys.
I saw that as well, and I thought it was very entertaining is the word for me. Round 3 and 4 actually defined it mostly, 2 of them taking a hit and going down in the canvas and everything.
He took Fury down twice, man.
Wow. Man, what a match it was.
I'm telling you, it was pulsating. It was, a match of almost an hour. It seemed like it was 5 minutes. it was heavyweight boxing. Nobody was, the Mayweather kind of tactics.
Yeah.
And be jumping around.
It was real fast. And
they
everything.
went out, man.
Personally, I had quite a weekend. I went out on tour, only this time very differently. I went out with the wife. We rode all the way to Erinjesha, chasing waterfalls. It was very, very interesting.
Wow.
But there was something very interesting that I noticed throughout the entire journey. And after getting back home, we now realized that the tanker drivers were threatening to go on strike. I understand. I understand why they would do that, because the roads in Nigeria are terrible. And there's something about carrying someone as a passenger, someone you love as a passenger on a bike. It's 3 times the effort. It's very mental and all. So it was a big concern for me, and I'm like, wow, Nigeria is a very unsafe place when you start to look at it. So I understand where their grievances are coming from.
But you never used to think that way before.
It was just me. You're welcome. From Monday morning here, let's start with the news. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now, the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has suspended its planned strike. That's talking about some big relief for motorists and commuters. Now, the Southwest Zonal Chairman of the union, Tayo Aboyeji, who disclosed this on Sunday in an interview, says the planned strike by NUPENG and its affiliate associations, the petroleum tankers drivers, has been suspended in the interest of Nigerians. The change of the position earlier taken by the union comes about 24 hours after it announced plans to embark on a strike over what it describes as the shameful state of roads in the country. NUPENG says the call for a strike became necessary because it has lost many members and property due to dilapidated roads in the country. The Petrol Tankers Drivers Union says its meeting with the government will continue on Tuesday in Abuja, with the hope that the union's grievances will be positively addressed. But the union emphasized that it will not hesitate to recommence the strike action without any notice if the understanding reached are not fully implemented within the time frame agreed on consequently. Now, petroleum tankers drivers have been directed to continue providing services to people for efficient distribution of petroleum products to homes and workplaces across the country. And persons suspected to be operatives of the Eastern Security Network, that's the ESN, the militant arm of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, have allegedly written to Ukulu community in Dunukofia LGA of Anambra State, warning them of plans to attack the community. The community woke up on Sunday morning to see a notice pasted on a part of the community telling them that they have not been complying with the sit-at-home order issued by the group, and if they do the same on Monday, the ESN will come after them. Sources from the community says the notice has created an atmosphere of fear and apprehension. The state police spokesperson, DSP Tochukwu Ikengaya, says the Commissioner of Police, CP Echeneng Eworo, has deployed a police reinforcement team to Ukulu community, and residents have been advised to help the police with credible information aimed at identifying the bad elements in the community. And the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says no fewer than 110 drug dealers were arrested in 9 states across the country following raids of their hideouts by operatives of the agency in the past week. In Lagos, at least 16 suspects were arrested in some notorious joints on the 7th of October. 11 others were also arrested in different locations in the Lekki-Obalende-Agege axis of the state. Meanwhile, over 17 suspects arrested by men of the 147 Battalion Nigeria Army Cantonment Ojo have been transferred to the agency for further investigation. Various quantities of psychoactive substances were also seized from the suspects in Benue State. The arrest of a 19-year-old female drug dealer with 5 kilograms of cannabis and 112 grams of diazepam in an area of the state took a disturbing twist, when other members of the cartel abducted a retired NDLEA personnel from the community who they assumed was still a serving officer, took him to a forest, demanding the release of the suspect in custody before their victim would be freed. In another development, more than 5 kilograms of methamphetamine and cannabis concealed in the soles of ladies' shoes, body creams, and auto parts heading to Australia, Pakistan, South Korea, and Hong Kong were intercepted in 4 courier firms in Lagos by narcotic officers of the agency. The chairman of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Bubu Marwa, commended the officers and men of the 9 states commands, charging them and their colleagues to regain resilience in their offensive action against the narcotic syndicates. And that's it for the news this morning.
Welcome back. It's about time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning. We're starting with the Vanguard newspaper, and today is Monday, October 11th, 2021. Worry as foreign investments drop by 44% to 262 billion naira. Insecurity, other issues threatening foreign inflows as domestic FBI equities rise by 0.9% to 1.213 trillion naira. Now, exchange rate volatility, uncertainty of capital repatriation spur local investors. It also says here, it's time to take back Nigeria, according to Bakare. Page 10 has more on that story. 2023, only God can take my life, says Tinubu. It also says here, infertility, no respite for couples as treatment costs skyrocket. And our land soaked in blood, gloom, Southeast bishops wail. What else do we have here? Yeah, right at the top here, state of the nation. It'll be horrendous if Nigeria fails, as Siodu says there. Pages 22 and 23 have more on that. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard. Let's see what we have on the cover of the Guardian. It says here, energy crisis set to push petrol, diesel prices above 350 naira per litre. More hurdles for consumers as LPG, electricity prices soar. Stakeholders fear increase in poverty, food items, FX scarcity, job losses. Continuing petrol subsidy is postponing the evil day, experts warn. What else do we have here? We have this story as well. WHO, UNICEF warn on worsening mental ill health in Africa. It says Saraki cautions National Assembly against compulsory direct primaries. Girl Child Day, nothing to celebrate. Our girls have been left behind, advocates lament. Experts harp on improved girl child education for national development. Groups sensitize female students on rights, belief, and sex education. Story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 2. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian, and that's all we have time for the headlines for today.
Alrighty, you are welcome. Let's get talking on what's up and about this morning for Wake Up Nigeria. So very interesting stuff over the weekend that came out. And we might be touching a few of them. Let me first of all start by this challenge. What's it called again? The alcohol, Joe Boy's alcohol challenge?
Oh,
like
goodness.
The one people are pouring stuff.
Yeah, pouring all different kinds of stuff. It's getting out of hand. There's a video that actually came out over the weekend of a young lady who she took on the challenge, and she this time used household disinfectant. A very strong household disinfectant. I'm not sure if you're supposed to ingest these things, but apparently it would seem that she ingested it, and it's caused her to go into some sort of, I don't know, convulsing fit or whatever it was, as the video told. Now, we are not verifying whether it is actual video, but there is that fear, that scare that it might be true. And if it is, I'm asking what responsibilities trendsetters have to their followers or people they're asking to do these challenges. Because, I mean, hey, that is just absolutely ridiculous what I saw in that video. There
are quite a few trends that just have no basis in common sense. I have to mention, you never really see all the bad things that could happen because not all of them are posted online. But the few that are enough to tell people, you know what, it's not every trend you jump on. Look at the crate challenge where people were falling. I heard of someone who actually broke his leg. Oh, wow. I'm like, really, just for a challenge? Is it just for clicks, just for likes? So I have to, turn to the influencers. I think I've said it on the couch before, that in the end, people are no longer looking up to captains of industry, leaders in power as role models and icons. They're looking to these influencers who have hundreds of thousands of followers online. That's who the young people are looking at. And I think they should take it seriously as a responsibility so that young people see the realities of life and are not pushed to just do things for clicks. Clickbait.
Clickbait, yeah, that's what it's called.
Well, so there's something you mentioned. You said, what responsibility do trendsetters have? I feel like they almost have no responsibility because, hey, they put it out, they put their song there, and someone probably jumped on it. I know Joe Boy came out to state or say something like, hey, be careful what you're doing. like you said, it's all about trend. Breaking a leg. People have died trying to take a selfie from one unimaginable angle. Very
true.
So it won't stop. Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Continue.
Talking about trendsetters and people who are in the eye of the public. I don't know if you guys remember from, I think, Penultimate. No, not Penultimate. A couple of Big Brothers ago.
Yeah.
On Friday, he had this song released in which he apologized. But I think it's a
apology?
It wasn't an apology because the way it was put out, it was like as if it was apologizing to the makers of the producers of the reality show, where it was in fact the other way around. I felt it was actually an insult. In it, he told about the fact that he was being used as a, I don't know, clickbait.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. And at the end of that verse, he actually asked them to, is it get out, or insulted their lineage or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, hey. For a group of people that brought you into the limelight, that made you popular, is that the kind of message that you want to send back at them? Even after we've heard, what was that thing you were telling me about? What happened in the instance with?
Some sort of insubordination, which was reported in news that he wanted a boss wanted to see him and he said no, he was going to sit back and let the boss come and all of that. But I would say something, this issue of using and all of that. You see, there's something about life, man. Somebody invested in you, the person definitely needs to get something back. Of course, in that particular instance, everybody was used. That's how you learned. Do you understand? I remember, I think it was Two-Face also when it was with Kenny's Music and all of that, and they were talking about how we left. I said, look, he made mention of something. He said, look, you would also use people because, look, that's how you invested in them.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life. It's how it's meant to be.
I thought that was absolutely rude of him, even at this time, to put out a track and then, insult the.
There is a certain level of entitlement mentality. A lot of the young people in the limelight end up having because they get to that point without. So, for instance, now you go through a show. Where you're literally almost doing nothing. You do some tasks, some tricks, some games. No, you do nothing in
that show, actually.
And then you are given a ton of money, a lot of recognition. You don't get to do much as... So there are some people that go through their whole careers and don't see that amount of money. So can you really appreciate it?
From his background, I mean, he had absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So I don't know. There is a lot to be said for giving people that kind of fame just like that.
In any case, I want to make a prediction. I want to make another prediction, and you can quote me on this one, that I do not think that the present winner is going to be the one person that's going to be in a limelight for long. I think he's going to whittle out very, very soon, and the one person who's actually going to be in that limelight would be Liquor Rose, who was the runner-up. You can bet your bottom naira on it. I said it. It's a fact.
So from her... you can't really predict what's going to happen, but you can see from the way they behaved over time. Especially, I'm just glad that, she wasn't caught in any, what's compromising situations on camera.
She wasn't in any ship.
Well,
I don't know.
But the thing is, there are some who are saying, there are so many opportunities for them now if they have sensible people, friends around them.
I actually say that because based on talent. Okay. I say that based on talent because I think I was following her even before. She's an incredible dancer.
I'm not talking about that. I mean, why do you think Uncle Wina doesn't have no talent? And to be true,
I did not say that, but now that you raised that, would you please enumerate these talents?
You know why? One reason why I think he did very well in that show, which I give him kudos for, was that he actually came with the most obvious strategy. And it worked for him. He looks like somebody who is... Who
has a plan.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like person who gets sense. You understand? That's what I wouldn't say intelligent, but I said with Big Brother, there's a lot they don't do. You can't really say someone is intelligent, but I say he gets sense. So even when he goes into the outside world, I think there's something business acumen. That's he had that
a certain level.
Okay, so he took on this underdog personality, which I understand. But then we have had a trend of people who simply just come for the money, grab it, and go. And I think that he might just be one of them.
I don't think so. I actually don't think so. Well, I feel like there are some restaurants that will have major competition.
Yes, but next one, everybody go and learn how to cook.
People are turning amala in memes now. They're like preparing for the next Big Brother.
I hope that he comes across you and then you tell him that, because other than that,
if I was on his management team, hey, I have a whole agenda planned for a guy like that. But I don't know who is on his team.
I look at if I go back into the house and say, I would say that nobody really gave him competition, and that says a lot about the rest of the housemates. They didn't give him competition, and you know why I say so? Okay, you see he has a strategy, and then he come, hey, you have a strategy. Your strategy. If somebody has a strategy, if you want to strategize, you don't have to come up front. You counter
with your own strategy.
I'm going to end on this note, Mike. I'm going to end on this note. The point is this, that he did not have to compete to actually win. He was very laid back because his strategy was very unique, so he didn't really have to work for it. If he goes through life now, after Big Brother, on that note, not competing or not realizing that he has to compete outside, he might not make it.
There's so many variables here. You can tell us what you think. Just use the comment section right there. Just use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC. We can't wait to see them.
Welcome inside the kitchen. It's time for some fantastic delicacies here to be prepared by our debut chef here, Chef Ibitaya of Yeri Yeri Kitchen. You are welcome. Like I said, she's a very interpersonal person. I love her energy. For a Monday, this is some food that we're going to be preparing here.
Heavy.
Wow. She actually came with a mortar and piston, so we're going to be pounding some pounded yam, yeah? So tell us exactly what we're having this morning.
Okay, so this morning we're going to be having pounded yam with afang soup.
Afang soup. Okay, good. Yeah, Mike is going to like this one, but hey, I'm the one in the kitchen. So we have the ingredients for you on your TV sets right now. We have some palm oil, some goat meat, stockfish, periwinkle, love periwinkle, by the way, some water leaf, afang leaves, dried crayfish, and smoked catfish, and some grinded crayfish as well. So our protein, our vegetables, and everything. Now, I noticed the yam always takes on this color when you leave it out.
Yes.
Now, is this the regular yam or is it a different kind of yam?
Just the regular one.
Just a regular yam, okay. All right, my mother has this trick where she puts it inside of water so it doesn't turn this color, but it's all good. So everything on here is for a soup that's meant for how many people would you say?
Say about 8.
About 8 people.
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, looking forward to that one. But I wouldn't think that this is something that I can prepare early in the morning before coming to work out. I said you can have this for breakfast.
It's a very heavy breakfast.
It is a very heavy breakfast for African men.
Just go to sleep after eating it.
I can imagine.
Because you know pounded yam is heavy.
Yes, it is. It is actually quite heavy, but we love it all the same. There's a certain technique to eating it. If I'm going to have pounded yam, I don't eat from before.
Okay.
And then even after it, I don't eat after because it tides me through a very long time. Okay. All right, let's talk about your kitchen, Yeri Yeri Kitchen. That name Yeri Yeri, what does that mean?
Yeri Yeri means peppery.
Peppery.
Yes.
So all your foods are peppery?
Not so peppery.
At least spiced. At least, you know, spiced with the the Nigerian flavor, which is pepper.
Yes.
I had an opportunity to be outside the country recently, and I realized that as from now on, when I travel, I'll travel with my bag of pepper, or my little bag of pepper.
It's very necessary.
Because it's like we're the only people who actually eat pepper in the world.
That's true.
So I lacked that pepper burst in my mouth, and all I wanted was pepper the entire trip long. So yeah. All right. So how do we get started? Oh yeah. So what are these?
Okay. So this is the trick for our pounded yam.
Okay.
We don't usually wrap the pounded yam in the nylon.
Okay.
Because the leaf. It breathes. There's a taste that comes from the leaf.
Okay.
So it breathes on it.
What kind of leaves are these?
They're just regular.
Yeah, but from what plant? I'm interested because I'm a botanist. So what kind of plant is it?
I'm not quite sure.
But it's the regular
one.
My own
is to just cook.
To just cook. So I can find this in the market, and what do I call it?
Ewe.
Ewe
yes.
leaf.
It's just leaf. Ewe.
Okay.
That's what you call it.
Is this the same one they use?
This is where we put the pounded yam.
Okay.
And we wrap it.
Okay. Is this the same one they use for moi moi?
Yes, it's the same one.
Oh, so it has that taste. We'll have that taste that we...
It's the same one we use for fada rice as well.
Okay. Okay. Wow, interesting. I love the taste. Each time I find like... even only yesterday.
It breathes on that food. It gives it a certain flavor.
Only yesterday
that's what you say.
I had a fada rice yesterday, and it was packaged in this. Yes. Now they wanted to put it inside of a plastic plate. I said no, I'll eat it from there.
Just put the sauce on it.
Yeah, that was in Osun State, by the way, in Ijesha.
Where are you from?
I'm from Delta State.
Oh.
I'm the one who does the interviews here, but go on, ask questions.
Don't mind me.
I'm from Delta State, but I love to travel around Nigeria. So yesterday I took my wife out. On Saturday, we went out to Ijesha.
Fantastic.
And the experience was very, very interesting because even when we sat down to eat, the ladies who were preparing the food were taking water from the stream.
What did you have?
We had, it was a vegetable food with these round fish in it. I can't remember.
Exactly.
It was pound. It was fufu, and then those round fish. It was very delicious with some vegetables. It was nice. But the trip was that they just turn around, get the water from the stream, and then they just make your food.
Really?
Because the stream is so pure, you can actually drink it. You can use to make gari. It was beautiful. You guys should travel around Nigeria. That's amazing. Alrighty, so let's talk you through these again. First off, we have, this is what now?
That's the afang leaf.
The afang leaf?
Yes.
I buy it from the market like that?
Yes. No.
Oh, I have to ground it myself.
After buying the leaf, you wash it, then you now blend it.
Oh, blended.
So it's the blended form.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
We have our seasoning, some palm oil, some sample of our yam, our ewe leaf, and that is what?
Stockfish.
Stockfish, protein, that's goat?
Yes.
Okay. Vegetable?
That's water leaf.
Water leaf, and that for me is the icing.
That's the juice.
I love it. Absolutely, I love it. So we're going to let Chef Ibitayo begin already. By the time we come back, we would already have done the pounding. She's got a big mortar here, which we're going to be pounding our pounded yam and everything. You guys stay tuned. It's going to be very exciting. We'll be right back. Let's take a break right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
This morning on Motivation, we're talking about something that a number of people might have or do have quite issues with when it comes to savings. Now, we're talking about building a savings culture for a better future. We're joined by my Afalabi this morning, and he's going to be talking to us about that. Good morning. It's great to have you.
Good morning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You save?
Yeah, I do.
Why is it important for... should everyone save?
Everyone should save.
Why so?
The reason, there's a feeling when you save.
Just feeling.
The feeling that there's money somewhere makes you wealthy, makes you sound, makes you know that I can move around, I can do a lot of stuff, makes you manifest the real you. Now, there's a mindset that savings create, and it allows you to know that you can always get anything when you understand it. So I want to buy a car in the next few months, and I've been saving for about maybe a year before, and it's not yet the time to buy the car, but you have a feeling that the car is already here. So one of the things I love about savings is that it makes you go into action. Nothing disturbs you. And you know, a lot of time when it comes to building wealth, building success, achieving stuffs, when you have the money, you're more relaxed to achieve it. The
most obvious question here now for a number of people who say they don't save is that they say, okay, look, I earn, 20,000, 30,000 naira a month. My bills alone are maybe like 50,000 naira. I don't earn up to even my bills. How do I save when I'm even in a deficit? How do I save, or why should I save?
I used to be there. I remember when I finished, when I learned computer engineering in a computer science school. After then, I was recruited as a staff to start working, and I was paid around 15,000 naira, 2001, 2002. But I learned that it is not after you get the money that you save, or after you spend that you save. You have to know that when the money comes in, the first thing to remove out of the money is what you're going to save. So it is what is left that you spend. So a lot of time we spend, then we try to save the rest.
Yes.
But when you understand that savings comes before spending, it makes you know that you have a culture. Now, culture doesn't have to come immediately. Culture doesn't have to come big. You know, you have to just know that this is how it should be done, then I can start somehow, somewhere. Now, the money will never be enough. I used to tell my wife, the money can never be enough. If you're a billionaire, you still want more. No matter how large you are, you still want more. So why can't we create what will make us have more? Now, I do study I took time to study Warren Buffett. And what makes the man get there, it is not because he knows how to buy shares or he knows how to... No, the truth is that he has a saving culture that made him to always have enough liquidity to buy when others are selling.
That's selling. Okay.
So it's very simple. So saving is critical. You need to save. It is just setting aside an income every single time.
Let's get a bit practical.
Fantastic.
What percentage would you advise somebody to save from their income in a month?
Personally, I do 50%.
50%? Okay.
Very crazy.
Okay.
But I discovered that I didn't get there. I didn't start with 50. I started with 25. Every single month, no matter how the money is, I start with 25.
Before you even think of expenses.
Before I think of expenses. Because there was a time I used to work in a bank before, and I realized that for my 4 or 5 years in the bank, I did not save up to 40%, up to 20% of what I earned throughout the banking, my banking career. Okay. Why? Because the name banker, there was a lot of send this, pay this, all this, all scam.
Yeah.
So, but when I became an entrepreneur, I realized that one of the strengths of an entrepreneur is to be able to have a liquidity to do a lot of stuff when it comes. And you have to plan for it. There are about 5 steps you need to do. You need to, number 1, create a plan. What exactly do I want? Determine what you want. A lot of us, and also, I feel people make it open-ended. But you have to create what exactly do I want. Number 2, you write your plan out. Okay, every single month I do 25%. 75% goes
to what's left.
To what is left.
To your left.
Now, and what pushed me to actually start doing 50% was because I learned from Joseph's principle of wealth. That if you want to be wealthy in the next 7 years, some who made it in the next 7 years. There's a man called Joseph who did exactly 50% savings, 50% spending. And I said to myself, why can't I do it? So you can grow. And you have to also know that it depends on what you want. It depends on what you want. If I want to have it, I have it. If I want to get it done, I need to get it done. Another thing that is not that people need to know is that they need to have self-discipline. Because once you start saving, there's a lot of pressure. Yeah. A lot of pressure. You want to get this. You want to get that. You have not gotten this. And it could affect. Self-discipline. How, practically now, like you said, issues will come. And normally they'll say save for a rainy day. That's right. How do you decide that this situation is a rainy day kind of situation? Yeah. Because like you said, things will come up. Maybe it might be somebody, okay, well, when it comes to health, there is that's the ultimate. That's where. But there may be a need from a cousin, an aunt, a nephew or somebody, or even your kids, maybe some kind of needs and all of that. How do you know which one to the drawback? Is there any sort of guide for that? If it is not health issue, you can plan ahead for it. Okay. Well, I used to tell one of my cousins before I married, and I learned as large as he has become, one of his secrets is that he has what he shares every month. Okay. So let's say you make 100,000 naira. What is going to go out this month? Once it goes out, that's all. So when anybody comes on that basis, sir, next month I'll put it in plan. But right now, I just shared this. And so with that, it makes you to know that you're safe. And you see, there's an emotional part when people try to give, like, emotional blackmail. Hey, bros, now, my life is going upside down because you didn't send me that thing. So you also need to build your emotional bank. Okay. So that when such hits you, see, I want to help you. Just that at this point, I just did this, I just did this, I just did this, so that you can be able to overcome such blackmail. Learning how to say no. I'll round up on that one. Thank you very much, Mayo, and we'll definitely continue with this later on as the month progresses. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. We'll be able to pick something there, and you understand when it comes to savings. Let's head over now, and Mazino hopefully has pounded the yam and has not left it to the lady to do that. Oh, guy, you don't pound yam, finish.
Well, no, we're just about to get to that. We have to wait for our yam to actually be brought to a boil, a very good soft boil. Yeah. But Chef Ibita here working the most, man, because, hey, we have the vegetable here, and just in a moment, she's going to be putting the periwinkle inside of our already cooking protein. You go ahead, please, Chef Ibita. And
the way you're carrying that bowl, do you cook?
Yes, no. But like we just heard from motivation, no is a very important word. So yes, no. Okay. In any case, tell us what has gone inside of that plate.
Okay, there. So now we have the komo, we have the goat meat, we have the stockfish, and the seasoning. Okay. So now I'm going to add the periwinkle.
Oh, wow. All right. That's the best part of it.
That's your favorite, yeah.
Yes, indeed it is. Okay.
So add the periwinkles.
How long would you say all of this would take to make the afang soup? How long does it take from start to finish?
15 minutes max.
15 minutes?
Yes.
Oh. So are you saying that when I go to...
It's very, very easy to cook.
Okay.
Afang soup is one of the easiest soups to make.
So you have a kitchen, yeah?
I have a restaurant.
A restaurant, rather.
Yes.
A yeri.
Yes,
kitchen.
Yes, it's a kitchen.
So when a patron comes and they say they want afang soup, do you start cooking it from scratch?
Yes, we
really?
do our food fresh.
Wow.
Even the pounded yam, you know, because you can't make it down. The juice of it is when you eat it hot. So we serve it from the mortar.
Oh, wow.
People queue up with their plates and their leaf in it.
Ah, wow.
And we now serve them.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. 15 minutes. Okay, now I see why you have very much plenty of confidence when it comes to making this in the short time that we have here.
Oh, yes.
On
So now we're going to add the water leaf.
Okay. So this is water leaf now, not bitter leaf.
No, not bitter leaf.
I can't use bitter leaf.
You know, not at all.
Translation, no, you can't do. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Now, I noticed that our oil hasn't yet gone in. When does the oil go inside of all of
That
this?
comes in last.
Okay.
For afang soup.
Okay.
It comes in last, yes.
Okay. Just in case you're wondering, we're making afang soup and pounded yam this morning, guys. Do take note. We haven't yet put in our afang leaf.
Yes.
Which we have blended already, and that is also going to go in
first.
before or after the oil.
Before the oil.
Before the oil, we're going to put the afang leaf and everything. We will be showing you guys the ingredients, just in case you missed the ingredients from before. They're going to be on your screen real soon, so you know exactly what you will be getting from the grocery store. Now there you have it: palm oil, some goat meat, some stockfish, periwinkle, and water leaves, afang leaves, but of course, and dried crayfish, smoked crayfish, and rather smoked catfish, and then some grinded crayfish. Don't forget your seasoning somewhere in there, and all you need to do is just follow every single procedure or step that Chef Ibitaya has taken this morning, and you'll be getting yourself a very fantastic and delicious meal that you could serve to your families. I'm sure the guys who are opportune to see this show have been taking some lessons from all the different chefs, and especially today's one from Chef Ibitaya, because it seems very easy. I must tell you that since I've been here, I think my kitchen, has started coming up. I've not.
Maybe when you come to the restaurant one of these days, we'll just take you to. You have brought me to your kitchen today, Abby.
So you take me there. That's it. Where's MM? We're shooting a feature. Please, Mazino at Yeri Kitchen.
Because all this food that you think you know, I want you to come and show yourself. We'll take you to the kitchen.
They're telling me that my pot belly is going to come back.
You're okay. You don't have pot belly.
Let me tighten it. Because with all this that I'm seeing and hearing that you want to put me through.
So we'll just take you to the kitchen.
It's like the gym is going
to be very far.
Don't worry,
I'll be there. I didn't say you're coming to eat too.
Eh?
I said you're coming to cook.
What's the use of coming to the kitchen when I'm not coming to eat? Come on!
You'll eat after cooking the meal.
I will eat and then I will cook, or the other way around. Chef Ibita here in the kitchen for the first hour here for Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way the second hour. And let's already get to that. Do stay tuned. My name is Mazino. We'll be right back for the 8 o'clock hour. Yes, indeed. And now, whatever is of value requires a price, and the price you are willing to pay will determine the value of what you get. So if you give peanuts, you'll get monkeys.
That's a really interesting analogy, actually. Give this Monday all of your attention and use it as an opportunity to turn things around and even improve on what you did last time.
Absolutely. Talking about attention, we make it a key responsibility here to ensure that the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen is always cooking something out of this world. And of course, hey, Mike is only just taking my place for a moment and is going down in the kitchen with my...
Oh my gosh!
This meat is like we're cooking for the whole of K2.
Yes, so. In fact,
this meat is inside this pot.
Look at that!
I came prepared, don't worry.
Wow. There's leaf in the meat. There's soup in the meat. I can't even
Let's go.
I don't know, how does the pounded yam...
As you're carrying one...
You can't. There's soup in the meat.
Yes.
All right. We'll get to see how this one rounds up later on the show.
Yes, indeed.
That is a sight filled with delight. And it is quite a delightful entry for today. Trust us, it's going to be a tasteful, absolutely amazing day with food like that in the kitchen.
Now, an exciting 45 minutes coming up with us here, so just sit back, hold tight. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titi Onison. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC across all social media platforms. Please be a part of this show. It is amazing, and it's the best breakfast show on Nigerian TV.
Remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be across the world through our mobile app, which you can download on Google Play Store or on iOS.
Once you're following us, just make sure you check out some of our new TikTok videos. They appear on Instagram as well at TVC Connect, and we have quite a lineup for you. We have, of course, our SME segment, Hair by Slim. It was founded by Adejumo Abdulaziz Babatunde. It's going to be a really interesting conversation. He has a registered academy, and he deals with styling of hair, training, sales of hair products, and so much more. Look at those hairstyles, people. Look at those hairstyles. The amount of money women, and in fact men, of course, are spending on their hair now. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's
a big industry, man.
Billion-dollar industry. Amazing
Something I want
stuff.
to mention. She was never my favorite Kardashian. The Kardashians were never my favorite.
I know what you're talking about. Wow.
But man, Kim Kardashian has been blowing my mind.
Yes, she did, especially.
I almost love her now.
Yeah, you think she should try comedy after the SNL?
Yes.
Before then, you know, first of all, when she came up on the Forbes list, that was the first time I started taking, taking note, much more, note of her. And then when she started to study law, because she wanted to help people who, of course, were wrongly accused. And all of that. And then her SNL debut was, it was
I think that was the icing on the cake for
it
me
was
as
so
well.
cool. I can imagine me reposting a Kardashian video.
I'll tell you something. I saw that on your story, and I'm like, okay, Mike watches the Kardashians. But the fact is this, first of all, I thought that was very interesting. I do note that there are a lot of writers behind everything that you see on SNL.
But it was her life.
The ability to translate it on stage was flawless. It was beautiful.
And it was her life.
Yes.
She made everything, she made a joke from even the sex tape.
Yes.
She made a joke about Kanye, about divorcing Kanye. How
about
did
her
make us
mother.
laugh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She made a joke about her sisters.
Her mother being in control of their lives.
Do you understand?
If you don't note that, you have to sometimes laugh at yourself. It's like it's a cup. It's like if it's empty, you can't share it.
Exactly.
So
she made
she
put everything. She goes
from herself.
Kanye's son, and she was honest about everything.
Yeah, she was.
How can you be so honest about your flaws, about what is not going wrong right about you, and at the same time be funny?
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Really
it was so cool.
It was pretty good.
Some of the skits were unbelievable. If you went further into the show, you'd see something you'd never
the one about the
imagine.
family and everything.
Yeah. Thanks for staying tuned. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titi and The National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has suspended its planned strike. That's talking about some big relief for motorists and commuters. The Southwest Zonal Chairman of the union, Tayo Aboyeji, disclosed this on Sunday in an interview. He says the planned strike by NUPENG and its affiliate associations, the petroleum tanker drivers, has been suspended in interest of Nigerians. This change of the position earlier taken by the union comes about 24 hours after it announced plans to embark on the strike over what it describes as the shameful state of the roads in the country. NUPENG says the call for a strike became necessary because it has lost so many members and property due to dilapidated roads in the country. The Petrol Tanker Drivers Union says its meeting with the government will continue on this Tuesday in Abuja with the hope that the union's grievances will be positively addressed. But the union emphasized that it will not hesitate to recommence the strike action without any notice if the understanding reached are not fully implemented within the time frame agreed. Consequently, petroleum tanker drivers have been directed to continue providing services to the people for efficient distribution of petroleum products to homes and workplaces across the country. Persons suspected to be operatives of the Eastern Security Network, ESN, the militant arm of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, have allegedly written to Ukulu community in Dunkofia LGA of Anambra State, warning them of plans to attack the community. The indigents of the community woke up on Sunday morning to see a notice pasted on part of the community telling them that they have not been complying with the sit-at-home order issued by the group. And if they do the same on Monday, the ESN will come after them. Sources of the community says the notice has created an atmosphere of fear and apprehension. The state police spokesperson, DSP Tochukwu Ikengania, says the Commissioner of Police, CP Echeng Eworo, has deployed a police reinforcement team to Ukulu community. And residents have been advised to help the police with credible information aimed at identifying the bad elements of the country. And that's all we have time for on the news updates for this morning. We have Mazino in the kitchen standing by.
Yes, indeed. I'm back inside of the kitchen and everything's picking up right now. Our afang soup is almost there. We've put in our vegetable and everything else. All that is missing now is the oil and the afang leaf itself. And you can see that the chef is hard at work tasting. She's not letting me taste because, yeah, I'm dieting for now. In the next few minutes, we're going to skip that diet and everything. But how's it going?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So we're just going to add, we need to allow the water to dry up properly.
Okay.
Then after that, we'll add the afang leaf.
Okay.
Then the palm oil.
All right. Now, do remember, it's pounded yam this morning and afang soup. Everything is very, very obtainable from the grocery store, Maltova, anywhere, any market. You can actually get everything that you need for this. The ingredients are on your screen right now. You can write them down if you have to. Make sure that you get every single one. Some seasoning in there as well. Some palm oil, goat meat, some stockfish, periwinkle, which I think is the best part of this all, and water leaves, afang leaves, dried crayfish, and some smoked catfish and grinded crayfish. Now, is there any special reason why we chose to use goat? We can use anything.
No, you can use anything.
Okay.
You can use anything.
Yeah. So I can't wait for our pounding pot because that's where
That's the
I'm going to be put to most work. So don't you worry. But hey, so how long do we have until our afang leaf goes in there?
5 minutes.
5 more minutes, and then the oil goes in after the afang leaf, huh? All right.
The soup will be ready.
And the soup will be ready. One thing I noticed about afang soup is that sometimes you don't even need the pounded yam. You just eat it just like it is. Yes, I love it so.
Really?
Walk into a restaurant and I ask for afang soup. They bring the pounded yam like,
Just
no.
the soup?
Just the soup. It's delicious,
tried
fantastic.
it.
I'm sure you guys have that. You guys do that as well. If you do, maybe you should let us know. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeriaOnTVC. How do you eat your afang soup? With or without the swallow? I like it without the swallow most times. But hey, especially when you visit Calabar, all they ever have is always afang soup. Alrighty, so while we're waiting for that to heat up real nicely and before the afang leaf goes in, let's take a very short break. By the time you come back, we'll probably already have our pounded yam or our yam pounded already. And hey, we'll have our guests have this for a taste, and we'll let you also see all the progressions since after we leave off from here. So do stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Let's do a break right now. We're going to have a very exciting performance. It's a saxophonist today. One of the instruments I really wish I learned how to play, but it's not too late. I still maintain. But hey, that's what we're going to be enjoying. Do stay tuned. It's Wake Up Nigeria. And you're welcome back. It's time for our final guest here for SME this Monday morning. As you know, SME, we always try to help people out there who might have a passion that they haven't flamed yet. We try to bring someone in who can help you flame that passion just by you watching. And today, Hair by Slim. Well, it was founded by Adejumo Abdulaziz Babatunde. It's a registered hair academy company. Now, notice I said hair academy company in Nigeria that deals with styling of hair, hair trainings, and also sales of hair products. Now, he started his hairstyling career as an undergraduate, although it was a bit of an on and off type of thing initially. But in 2014, when he went into it full time, well, hey, let's hear from him the rest of the story. Let's find out more. You are welcome, Abdulaziz. It's good to have you here, man.
Thank you for
First off,
having me.
right off the bat, are you Northern?
No.
You look very Northern.
I hear that a lot.
I would have thought your name was Omar or something. But hey, you cut across, you're Nigerian. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, you are a professional hairstylist.
Yes, I am.
Your profession has taken you even outside of Nigeria.
Yes.
You've made a big name in Nigeria because you don't just attend to regular people like myself. You also attend to celebrities.
Yes.
And they form the biggest part of your clientele. And I asked you a question from earlier. What makes you different from everybody else who has a salon out there, who's making hair or doing hair out there? What makes you different?
Okay, so when I moved into Lagos in 2014, I wanted to always do something different from what everyone does. So every salon I go to, I see guys, they do hair and all of that, but I really wanted something different. So I said to myself, no, I don't want the everyday working client. I want to do something different for socialites, brides, and people that have events or whatever thing to do. So I want to do something creative on them. I want people to see and just ask them, oh, where did you get this done?
Referral,
so they can look for me anywhere.
That's incredible. But you do have a station, like your own salon.
Yes, I have, but basically we don't attend to clients there. It's basically for trainings. We train people.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right. We'll be talking about that in a bit.
Okay.
Now, how long has it taken you from when you started? Tell us that story about it being an off and on thing, please.
Okay, so I started 2007. So I wasn't really sure if I really wanted to do this or not, because my father, being a very disciplined man, he actually wanted the 9 to 5 kind of thing. You have to go to work in the morning, come back at night. So I wasn't really certain about doing that as well. I wanted something on my own. So 2007, 8, 9, 10, I was still on and off with it. In 2012, I took a long break again. I'm like, no, I think I need to get a 9-to-5 job. But it wasn't that easy getting one. So eventually, one day, 2014, I had a client that called me to, one of my old clients, that I should come attend to her. So it was a wedding, I did her hair, and the next day, I started getting calls from people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are these people calling me? What's the problem? And somebody called me like, oh, Bella Naija featured your bride on Instagram, and your number was pasted, and that's how the story started.
Incredible. So one thing I noted there is that in your own business, your strength is based on the fact that people made referrals to you.
Yeah.
And that's how come you kind of like blew into the celebrity type community. Now, the one thing there is that if you didn't put in good work, nobody's going to call you back, definitely. Yeah. So if you're out there, do take note. That's one thing you have to definitely make sure that you have. Now, let's talk about the fact that you actually offer trainings to people. When did that come about?
So after the whole Instagram fuse came on, people started calling and started attending to them. Then some day, I think I was talking to a friend, and he was like, hey, why not start teaching people?
Yeah.
So I started from my first studio then, somewhere around up maybe. It was more like, it couldn't take more than 3 to 4 people. Okay. So at the time, I could only have like 3 students. So probably 2 will come in the morning, then 1 will come later in the evening, so everywhere won't be choked up. So from there, I started getting calls from French-speaking people, francophones, that they want to come to Nigeria to have me teach them how to do hair.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
That is big. Now, something that is very obvious. Let's get this elephant out of the room. It's just sitting in there. You're bald, but you're a hairstylist. How on earth is this possible?
So one thing about me, I hate to wake up in the morning, look into the mirror and start brushing my hair. It turns me off.
Oh, really? Now he tells us. But you'll attend to people who've got big yarn of hair on their head.
I can brush hair from morning till night.
But not your own. Very interesting. Okay, so now we've talked about the fact that referrals are a good thing and that you have to put in hard work. Now that you're even into training, helping other people, they also would also, in a funny way, roundabout, bring referrals back to you. Yeah. But for a person who is out there who has a passion, perhaps who even already has a studio or a salon, what can they do different that you can suggest to them that could make their business even bigger?
So one thing I've always told people is Nigeria is a good place to do business, and at the same time, it's not a good place to do business. Okay. So one thing I've realized about creative artists is they get tired easily.
Where they get tired easily?
Yes. You have to be consistent. Okay. Every day can be Christmas. So there are days that you win, and there are days that you lose. So first thing first, you need to keep doing this. You have to be consistent on this craft. The more you keep doing it, the better you become. You never can tell. Someone is somewhere watching you. You don't even know if the person is watching or not. Because you're not getting accolades from people now doesn't mean you won't get someday. So I think over the years, me being consistent with the craft has really helped me. It has gotten to a point for me that I just sit down, imagine, then bring it to reality. Nice. So I think they need to keep working and keep being the best version of themselves.
So you heard that out there. If you're watching, you have to keep being the best reality of yourself. Keep trying. Every day is not Christmas. Just keep putting in work. Now, one thing that you guys also have to note is that this profession which you're doing has taken you even outside of Nigeria. How incredible is that? I mean, who do you go outside of the country to attend to?
I have lots of clients. Funny enough, most of the clients that I do outside Nigeria, they are not even Nigerians.
Oh? Now, that's another thing. So, do you have any clients that are Caucasian? You know, the Nigerian hair is nappy and all of that. The African hair is nappy. Yeah. Can you also make other...
I do all kinds
all races?
Yes.
Is it easy? Is it the same? Is it different? What are the...
Something you've been doing for a while becomes easy for you when you lay hands on them.
So these clients outside the country, who are they exactly? He can't tell.
The rich and mighty ones.
Rich and mighty. So how much do you make on a regular on one of these outside of the country calls?
First and first, you know there's nothing as good as you traveling on someone's expenses.
I know, and there's nothing as good as being paid in dollars.
Yes. So I won't say more than that.
You come on, man. But it's all good. We respect that. But how does that also add to your business? Does it also give you more credibility when people know that you are not just a local type of entrepreneur, but you also, your business expands outside of Nigeria?
Even within the hair community, once they realize that you no longer do clients based in Nigeria alone, it gives you respect again.
Okay. Okay.
Because these people, they are more like the French-speaking people. They're people that don't even know that they are artists like this in Nigeria. And these are people that even have creative artists in their country, but they still choose to bring someone from Nigeria.
Okay.
So I think I feel happy, I feel blessed at the same time.
And how much factor does gender play in this profession? Because I know I've got a couple of friends who are hairstylists, by the way. Oh, and did I let you know, let me do already, that I'm one person that I like nail art. And I'm thinking that maybe sometime I should go into it professionally, because I'm an artist by, naturally. I'm thinking one way to express it would be to do that on people's expressions on their fingertips. You know, your hand is the first line of presentation, and if you can make people make that first presentation in glam style, then it's a beautiful thing. So, however, I'm male, and I'm thinking, what are the consequences of me being a male nail artist in a country like Nigeria? How does it affect my profession or the way people look at me?
I think the narrative has changed from what it used to be.
Okay.
It was when we started that we had issues with, oh, he's a guy, he does hair for a living. It got to a point that I stopped attending school reunions, because when we go for reunions, they're always like, oh, where do you work? Oh, I work in a bank, Then you feel like, I'm a stylist, and everyone looks at you like, why?
But now you're the one flying outside the country. They're still stuck in that cubicle in a bank.
So the truth is, even the ones that went to school together, they still try to tell everyone, oh, you don't know him, we went to school together. Oh, hi, you know Slim is my friend.
Wow. Wow. Hair by Slim, this is fantastic revelation here. Very interesting. Now, what advice do you have for the person out there who's about to start or who has started? Two different things now. The person who's about to start or the person who's well on their way but wants to be bigger at this profession? First off, person who's about to start.
So the person who is about to start has to start now.
Start now?
Yes.
So there's a lot of people out there who want to start.
A lot of people want to start, so you have to start now. You're waiting for next year, waiting for 2 or 3 years to come before you start. I think it's going to be a longer process.
What do I need to get started? Do I need hair dryer? What do I need?
You need to even undergo training first before you can even buy products to use. So one of the challenges we face lately is when people come in for training, they want to train today and they want to blow tomorrow. Forgetting the fact that it's a gradual process.
Yeah, you have to earn it.
Yes.
Yeah. And for the person who's already well on their way, perhaps already in the profession, has clients but wants to be bigger, what extra do they need to add to it to be like you?
Consistency, number one. And number two, whatever you're doing, just do it with passion or not at all. If you're not doing it with passion, I understand the fact that we all need money, but then again, your customer has to be extremely satisfied.
Okay.
So you have to do it with passion or not at all.
Oh, one thing I forgot to ask. Most of your clients, are they all female? Do you also attend to male clients?
No, I don't.
You don't attend to male clients?
I don't.
So if I also ask for advice from you what to do with my hair, I guess your advice will be chop it off. But no,
that's what I do too.
This mop is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be on there till it's grey. But I admire that you are, well, what you're doing, and I want to take from you. I also want to get started in my nail art business as well. Good. And perhaps maybe you can give me a few tips, even if it's not the same line, but at least maybe the structure and the strategy is something that I could use. And I bet that you can use that structure and strategy out there as well if you've been listening here on SME today. Hairs by Slim. Very, very interesting guy here, and he has managed to break the boundaries, break the borders when it comes to hair and the profession as well. I mean, hey, what can I say? We can't let you go, Abdulaziz, because we definitely have to give you something that you can remember us by. And we've been slaving away in the kitchen with some afang soup and pounded yam, and we want you to taste it. How about you come over here? Let's already go to the kitchen here, where Titi and Chef Ibitayo have been. Well, Titi didn't do much work.
Welcome.
Come around, sit. Yes,
I didn't do much.
You didn't do much. I did all the work.
No, let me step here.
Okay, exactly. Let me have my position.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Chef Ibitayo, did you tell her how we've been working hard?
Yes.
All right. So
when she came.
Yes, and this is Chef Ibitayo, and that is
what I have to go through.
And we had you in mind when we were putting this together. It's pounded yam and afang soup. Very, very tasty. I've had a try myself. Where do you start? One plate, not the two.
Hold on.
Just in case you were thinking that you're going to have more than one.
No.
So let me slide this over to you.
Okay, Mazino.
There you go. Do feel free. Go take a spoonful, please. and then you tell us exactly what you think. Pounded yam just cooked this morning, but we just pounded it right here.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm used to pounded yam, but I've never had this before.
Oh, try it. It's from, where is it from?
Afang soup, Calabar.
Calabar. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I need to have a taste of
that bottle. Could we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that they can see.
Yes, please.
All right. Fantastic.
Okay. Aha, beautiful.
Nice. Do you chew your pounded yam? Do you chew your pounded yam? Do you swallow it?
I think I
actually think you're supposed to chew everything.
You chew or you swallow?
Yeah.
You chew.
I chew.
Yes,
Yeah. You have to chew it. So, what's it like? What's it like?
When is your next training coming?
When is your next training? All right.
Okay,
worry,
so there's someone in our neighborhood who is celebrating a remarkable milestone.
Ah, yes.
The one and only Mr. Lukman Musa is celebrating his 60th birthday today. We appreciate you, sir. Happy birthday with loads of love from everyone right here at TVCE. We love you. Mwah.
Congratulations. All right, Mr. Mike, I'm sure you want to give a shout out yourself, don't you now, Mike?
60.
Yes.
It's not a play something. It's not, I know, a very big shout out to you, Mr. Lukman Musa, and a happy birthday. Thank you for all that you are to us and to everyone here. Here's wishing you 60 more years, right? At least 60 more years.
Come on,
Mr. Musa, when you want, just well, happy birthday, sir. Wishing you all the best.
All right. So this inyo is for you, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Bringing it all to
Yes,
you
sir.
after I've taken my bit, because I worked hard here, didn't I?
Yeah, right.
Is that Pama there?
Don't worry, I'm protecting it for you. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. It's good to have you here, Abdulaziz, and of course, Chef Ibitayo. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll catch you guys for a Tuesday edition right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Goodbye.
Bye.